I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Dude, are you okay?
I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
I'm Ryan Newman, and since I started with Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives, I found out that some people think that they can't be an organ donor. The truth is, anyone can sign up to be an organ donor.
Anyone?
Anyone?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyone can sign up to be an organ donor. So don't count yourself out because somebody's counting on you. Go to driventosavelives.org and sign up today.
But my heart's going to you, Ryan.
Love that shirt.
Invasive species are one of the biggest issues facing our natural resources and the environment today. Think of things like Dutch elm disease, the spotted lanternfly, and cats. Perhaps the most dangerous of these is the Homo caput stercoris, commonly referred to as the front plater. An invasive species coming from New York, New Jersey, and anywhere else that has a license plate on the front of their car. The biggest threat from this pest is the spread of excrement. These savages cause harm to many native species and have even spawned an entirely new one, the Beltsville lake monster. Here at the DeWeather Institute for Climate Knowledge, we have a dedicated group of volunteers working tirelessly to clean up the mess. The team of emergency responders for dispersion and skimming, or the turds. But the job is just too big, and we can't do it without your help. So be a hero. Be a turd. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Lime Rock Park up in Connecticut, where tonight the Stars and Cars, the TNT Special Events Series, will run round number 11 of their championship season. They're calling this one Skip the Light Fantastic, I believe. That may be pretty close anyway. My name's Chris Graham with the National Racing Network. It's a pleasure to be hanging out with you here. New look for the NRN graphics package tonight, and, well, quite frankly, the same old dumpster fire shit show coming up here for the TNT Special Events crew. This one will have the Skip Barber, the Skippy, taking on the Volkswagen Jettas in a race that you can pretty clearly see is at best dusk right now. It's going to be straight up dark by the end of this one. What's going to make things interesting is the Skippies don't have headlights. They will basically have to skip from light pool to light pool, thrown off by the Jettas. The only problem is the infinite wisdom of Jason Owens and the Bizzler. The Jettas are as fast or faster than the Skippies. This is going to be a very tight race at the front of the field. Good God. Who was that in the 15 going for a wild ride? Ben Carswell. Holy hell, man. straight up into the Sam Posey straightaway bridge. Show you the best lap times here, and one of the unique things about the TNT Special Events series is these cars are running 2 separate races, so the Jettas are not competing with the Skippies in the race here tonight. The long and short of that is you can win in, for example, a Skippy by finishing 15th overall, purely because you're the highest finishing Skippy. And we do have a pretty fantastic points fight going on here. Let's see if the graphics are going to show correctly here. Yes, they are. That's beautiful. Dakota DeMeg is your championship points leader at 177 points. But I'm not positive, but I don't think Dakota is entered in the race here tonight. The Bizzler, Patrick Burns, sitting second in points at 174. Only 3 points separating with just these 2 races remaining. This one and the Beef and a Smile 2 Electric Boogaloo coming up in the month of December. Nicholas Isidro right there. Wes Shire is right there. Because you score 60 points, I think, for winning overall in your class. At least that's what the numbers say, but I don't think that's wholly accurate here. Basically, you're trying to win your class, and everybody gets the same number of points for a win. So the winner gets the same points, second gets the same points, etc. Bring things back up here as we are down to the final couple of seconds of practice. And in fact, that will wind things up. Nagisa Yoshikawa quickest in the Skippies. One of the AI cars, not Wes Shire, quickest overall for the Jettas. That's fantastic. The Jettas were set to exceptionally easy AI difficulty. And these guys are getting absolutely smoked by the easy AI Jettas. Qualifying, getting ready to roll out here. We'll pick up Wes Shire as he makes his way out onto the racetrack. No idea what paint job is on the side of that one. Wes trying to get as much heat build up into the tires as he possibly can. You'll see the cars start to come onto the timing tower on the left-hand side of the screen. As they start setting laps here, they'll also pop up across the bottom. Individual sector times will show up for the drivers. One of the unique things about this month's race is it's an open hosted race. We have a ton of cars on the entry list here tonight. Some regulars, a lot of regulars, some AI cars, and others that are, well, just complete randos that, well, unfortunately, they're going to get to see what the TNT Special Events series is all about. Following Wes Shire around on his first hot lap, he's going to be one of the first drivers to get a lap in the books here. The other one, let's pick up Nagisa Yoshikawa. He may be the first to get a lap in the books. Oh, buddy, hold on to it up the hill. What a save. Going to be a slow lap, though. But just getting one in the books may be enough here. Thomas Smalling, the first one across the board in the Jettas. Isidro going quicker, 59.287. Oh, man, and Yoshikawa gets it off the racetrack. Wes Shire going to go quickest overall, second quick overall, 59.501. Andrew Marquez at a 58.960. Good Lord, what a lap for Andrew Marquez. Nice little bit of spec map detail on the VW logo on the back of that car. And the cars will grid up by class as well. Thomas Smalling into the pits, 59.136. Going to be the lap time for him. Marquez, 58.960. How about new quick time? Top of the board, West Shire, 58.874. That's impressive. You'll see the timing tower flip back and forth here as the drivers set their laps. See what Wes is going to be able to do here on lap number 3. And this is open qualifying. We're down inside the last 60 seconds. Patrick Byrne jumps up to 6th quick overall, going to be 5th quick. Amongst the Jettas, Chad Irvine checking in, saying hi, Mom. Hello, Mrs. Irvine. Hope you're enjoying the show. Let's bring Chad Irvine up into the booth here for our monthly conversation, our constitutional, if you will. Chad, have we found the porta shitters yet?
No, there's not much off-track room to find them here. I believe they're on the inside of the right-hander, but most of the turns here turn right anyway. So, no, I have not found them yet.
I say there's one right at the bottom of the hill. Right before
It'd be very useful if I could get to it, though. My driver just does not seem too happy that he can't find that porta shitter.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, that sounds like a lack of talent on your part. So, well, thank you very much.
Well, there's a big lack of talent on my part. Anyway, I just want to say, anybody going to PRI this week, enjoy the show. Hit me up. I know where all of the fantastic places to drink are. That's about all I know around the city.
Yes, we're looking forward. We'll be out there saying hello to Chad. I imagine he'll make it into our video coverage at some point this week from PRI. So thank you very much, bud. We appreciate it.
I'll miss you.
All right, there's Chad Irvine back in the we got him back in the appropriate room here. Let's bring up the starting grid for tonight's race. West Shire and J.W. Miller going to occupy row number 1 for the Skippies. Stephen Thompson, Javier Sands in row 2. David Graybill, Simon Fell on row 3. Robert Anderson, Peter Donchak on row number 4. Row 5 will have Ivan Sayola and Nathan Flexer. Nagisa Ashikawa, Kevin Smalley, neither driver setting a lap. In row number 6, row 7, Cam Panitsky and Lucas Duran and Craig Frazier. In the Jetta is going to be Andrew Marquez starting on the pole alongside Nicholas Isidro. Thomas Smalling, Jose Godino on row number 2. The Bizzler, Patrick Byrne and Eddie Lawton on row number 3. Row 4 will have Jason Willott and Gary Demoss. Navarre Luce and not James Watson, one of the AI cars on row number 5. Mike McCullen and not Cullen Johnston. Not West Shire and not Dakota DeMeg on row number 9. Row 7. Row 8, not Andrew Acera and Ben Carswell. Diego Villarreal and Jordan Binion on row 9. Row 10, Chad Irvine and Ron Walters. Row 11, Paul French, Logan Frazier, Reese Gillespie, Miguel Salea, and Blake Crane going to round out the field. And as always, race fans, the start of this one is going to be all yours. Oh, green's in the air. West Shire does not go. He's parked. Oh, and he gets absolutely drilled, flipped upside down. What a mess. We've got carnage at the start. West Shire sitting upside down. We've got more of a mess. Oh, my goodness. We're launching cars off into the outfield. Good Lord. This is absolutely ridiculous. Pick things up here towards the front of the field. Oh, man, they're still wadding race cars up. Steven Thompson, David Graybill battling for the race lead with Nagisa Yashikawa. Thomas Smalling there as well. Cam Panitsky and Craig Frazier both out of the race at this point. Oh, man, look at the nice low drone shot. That's how you get it done there at the top of the hill. David Graybill getting basically punterinoed off the racetrack. Steven Thompson leading Nagisa Yashikawa. 1.5 seconds already. Thomas Smalling over Patrick Byrne. Drivers that have their stripe next to their name show up in red are drivers that have lost positions. Drivers that will show up green have gained, or at least they should show up in green. We are still getting cars all over the racetrack. Good Lord, what a mess. Top two stuck in behind West Shire. West 31st overall, but 12th in class. 2 minutes into this dumpster fire, and we have gotten just about everything we expected thus far. Let's see if we can bring Wes up into the booth here. Wes, I know you're out there driving and trying to stay out of the leader's way, but that's their problem. What happened there on the start?
Yeah, it turns out I didn't have my clutch set up correctly. Trying to do the old double clutch, and I guess it just didn't. So, yeah, it is what it is. I got to make up a lap on the field. Should be fun.
All right, there you go. All right, buddy, thank you very much. Let's bring in Mike Holler here. Mike, are you even running in the race tonight?
I am not, but I wanted to, and so I figured that I could sit here and chat with you.
You know what? That sounds wonderful. Nagisa Yashikawa, currently the race leader, holding on to a 7/10 of a second gap over Steven Thompson. Nathan Flexer, David Graybill, Simon Fell, Peter Donchek, Robert Anderson, J.W. Miller, all in the pits. 3 minutes into this one. That's in the Skippies. In the Jettas, not Andrew Acera, Diego Villarreal, Ben Carswell, and Jordan Binion all pitting. Good Lord, I have no idea what these guys are coming in so early for. I'll tell you what, Mike, I think we're going to see a hell of a show here because eventually the Jettas will have to run with their lights on and the Skippies are just going to be hosed.
That is correct, and so this is I don't know if you know this. This was, I think, my idea originally. I really wanted to run it, but I was running another series, and didn't quite make the start time, even though I unfortunately crashed out of that one.
So wait, did you crash out early of the RIL race?
I did, yes. Unfortunately, in fact, it was a very strange error because I brushed the wall, came in for repairs, and took my optionals and everything, but they wouldn't let me go. Like, I was stuck. It was a very strange thing, so that was my race.
Oh, man, hard into the outside wall. Mike McCullen's still bouncing around. Good Lord. That's one of the fun things. You can absolutely beat the hell out of both of these cars. Diego Villarreal getting off the racetrack. Let's see if we can find him. He's one of the ones that got caught up there. Nice shot from down low. He'll bring that shit box back to the pit area. It looks like we're going to have a bunch of them coming down pit road. I have no idea what's going on here at this point. At least the timing tower seems to be a little bit more cooperative. What would you have run here? Were you going to run the Jetta or were you going to run the Skippy?
I was going to run the Skippy. That's what I've done every single time, and it is a heck of a lot of fun. You're jumping between the islands of the lighted cars and just praying that they will light just enough for you to see. I really enjoy that part. It's really fun in VR.
Until you're upside down and barrel rolling up the hill or something, I would imagine a little disorienting and nauseating.
Yeah, it can be. It's really weird because once depends on whether you're in front of the car or behind the car that you're following. But there's no lights behind the car, so if you're tailing a Jetta, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. It's a very sort of strange thing.
This is going to be fun as we get deeper into this race. Already almost 6 minutes into this one, Nagisa Ashikawa leading the Skippies, and the Bizzler in a Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson paint scheme on his Volkswagen Jetta is leading that class. Let's show you the intervals here. Almost 6-second lead that the Bizzler has. Thomas Smalling going to have to fight with Gary Demoss here, though, as they come down the hill. The other thing that I was noticing is if these cars had a full fuel tank, they're only going to get about 30-35 minutes, I think. So they may have to come in and pit here for this one.
Oh, that is new. I have not done these types of races where there's a pit stop involved, so that will be pretty interesting.
Yeah, usually there's something in the way of a pit stop. They usually try to set it up where you have to stop. And since we don't do caution flags in the TNT Special Events series, that means it is almost always going to be a green flag pit stop.
Yeah, that is a whole another layer of strategy, because you're when it gets darker, assuming people hold out to pit towards the end, you need to time your exit if you're a Skippy to make sure that you have a light or pair it with somebody else. It's going to be scary. We'll see what happens.
Seeing somebody going off the racetrack there. This may be a night that I have to use a track map, because I honest to God have no idea what is going on here. Thomas Smalling able to gap out, or Gary Demoss, excuse me, able to gap out on Thomas Smalling by about 3 seconds here. Let's find not James Watson tailing right in behind Eddie Layton, the Superflow number 51. That's beautiful. One of the things we were seeing in practice was the Jettas, the AI Jettas would draft each other all the way around this place. Not sure if that counts as cheating or not. Some of the drivers thought that it should have. Looks like, wait a minute, what happened to, oh, here we go, nope, still is Patrick Byrne leading the Bizzler, leading here in the Volkswagens. Nagisa Ashikawa leading by 37 seconds over Kevin Smalley. So Nagisa's almost lapped the field. And I'll tell you what here, Mike, it's already starting to get a little bit dark out there.
Yeah, it is. I think they're probably not having a hard time seeing at this point, but they're probably starting to think about it.
Yeah, we'll take a look here on board with Nagisa Ashikawa.
Nagisa is certainly building a margin.
Yeah, he may be able to make a pit stop and not lose anything in the process.
Yeah, track position, especially gaps, mean a lot as it starts to get darker because it is just so hard to jump between the light while you're looking to see. So a lot of other drivers are going to have to take the risk to catch up to him that he won't, as long as he finds a racing buddy.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's just going to find a sugar daddy here. Nagisa also hard charger of the race for the Skippies. He is up 10 positions already. Hard charger for the Jettas looks to be Gary Demoss. He's up 6. Navarre Luce is up 5. Mike McCullen up 6. We're seeing several cars having an issue here. Not James Watson going to be involved. Oh, man, they're junking race cars on the front straightaway here. Kevin Smalley staying on the racetrack with no front end on that car.
At least it doesn't matter very much for the Skippies. You should have an easy time as it starts to get darker.
Yeah, that's true. If you're a Jetta without headlights, you're really screwed. Right in line with Nicholas Isidro and Jose Gadino.
Yep, you can see those lights. They're starting to get a little bit more powerful on the track. That is, that's one of those things that if you are sitting behind a Jetta or near them or working through them, you won't notice how good you have it until you create some distance from them and you realize that you are completely, all your markers are gone.
Yeah, we're going to go on board here from the roll bar of Kevin Smalley. Yeah, it still looks pretty clean right now, but a little bit of cloudy skies. Actually, we haven't done this one yet tonight. Let's tell you about the weather conditions presented by our friends at DeWeather Center. Offensively accurate weather for eastern Pennsylvania. 77-degree ambient temperature. Winds still showing out of the north at 2 miles an hour. 80-degree track temperature. Likely to see that fall throughout the course of the evening. And that's sort of what you're talking about there, where the headlights are going to just kind of fill in where you need the light thrown.
You called out Kevin's front end, but I think he doesn't have a rear end either.
Yeah, he's pretty well junked, quite frankly.
Those are weight improvements, I think, with the Skippy.
Yeah, it's not like you need them for downforce whatsoever here. So almost 15 minutes into this 50-minute-long race. Nagisa Ashikawa, Patrick Burns, still your leaders in class. Let's take a look here. We're going to go with Gary Demoss, and we'll give you fans at home here a chance to crank it up. Definitely fun to watch the headlights really starting to take effect here. I think the intent was for the last 5 minutes or so to be run in the dark. I thought we lost Gary Demoss there for a minute. We're starting to see them really take effect now. We may be running a lot more of this race in the dark than they thought.
I think it's still looking pretty manageable right now. I think it will for how much longer we got? We got 18 minutes left. Oh wait. Oh wow. Yeah, we're gonna be running a lot. I misread that. We're gonna be running a lot in the dark here, and yeah, I hope they find nice Jettas to hold at night. And it's a good thing you did the crank it up section, because I think you do need to do that to hear both of these cars.
Yes, that is correct. And actually, we can turn that up a little bit here as well. But yeah, not a lot of noisemakers here in the in either the Jetta. Well, the Jetta's a diesel, which isn't going to make a ton of noise anyway. And the Skippies are more whiny than they are anything else. Take a look here. West Shire closing in on Jason Willott. That is an overall position battle, but Willott is in the Red Bull Jetta, which there was some discussion pre-race that anybody running a Red Bull Jetta should be banned for life from TNT Special Events. They decided to let them run. Ben Carswell checking in the comments here just before the start of this race. Let's pick him up here. He's got the NRN logo plastered on the roof of that car and nobody near him. I want to remind everybody, you don't want to miss the attenuator party coming up here at the end of this one. We wouldn't ordinarily do this, but we'll send the comment through here. Ben Carswell saying, go follow me on Twitter at Carswell Racing. Do it because he writes IndyCar content for the National Racing Network. That's why we'll let him have the shout out. The old Jimmy Johnson throwback picture on his as his profile picture for YouTube is pretty impressive. Chad Irvine saying, hi, Mom, again. Chad, you should probably be concentrating on where you're driving here. What is that car, by the way, Chad? Is that supposed to be a wrapped Christmas gift? All I'm seeing is a lot of plaid all over the side of that one.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah, Chad Irvine, you may win for ugliest car tonight. Hold on. I got to see who is right behind Chad Irvine here.
I think that's Peter.
Yeah, it looks like that may be Peter Donchak. And let's go on board from the nose cone here of Peter Donchak. See if he gets close enough that we can read the license plate on the back of Chad Irvine's car. Seeing a bunch of bumper stickers.
Ooh, going off-road in there.
I was going to say. Oh, Peter going to lose a bunch of time there, though, out of that final corner onto the Sam Posey straightaway.
Yeah, it's interesting. Seems like the cars are pretty evenly matched everywhere. It doesn't really seem like the Skippy has too much of an advantage in the corners. I thought it would have a little bit more of one.
I believe the original plan was to put a weight penalty on the Jettas as well, to kind of just spread them out a little bit. But as we can see here, we have
Oh, there
three
we
of
go.
them all nose to tail. And Kevin Smalley taking advantage of the light being thrown off here by the Jettas. That may be one of the AI cars behind him as well. That's not a bad spot to be if you can keep an AI car stuck behind you.
Yeah, that's where you want to be as long as it's a fast AI car. As we get closer to the dark side, we're going to have to watch out for the Jetta mind tricks that are coming up as well.
Yes, well played. Javier Sands, Stephen Thompson having an actual fight for position here. Sands able to clear Thompson. Oh, man, they're getting way off-roady there, though. Following Ben Carswell off-road. Try the onboard here with Javier. You can sort of see it. Ben's car throwing off a little bit of light, but not totally coming into play. It's more just a neat effect on the trees at this point.
Yep, they're thinking their moments are numbered, though. We still got a long way to go. Oh, boy.
Oh, he dumped him! Oh, what a move. He
Oh,
dumped
it's
Ben
carnage.
Carswell, and now we're wadding everybody up. Javier Sands into the back of Ben Carswell.
Oh, we got someone backing up.
I was going to say, who is that driving in reverse? That was not Gary Demoss or Patrick Byrne. That may have been 10th place.
I think it's Anderson.
Say, it might have been Robert Anderson. Yeah, he is. He's going to run backwards here.
That's good.
We'll take that. That is very TNT of you. For Robert's first appearance with us here.
Everyone is very lucky the new damage model is off because of the Jettas.
Yes. Although I will say I would have loved to see some tires flying all over the place.
Yeah, I've done this in the past with MX-5s, and that was you got the damage model on both of them. So yeah, he's still going. Is he gonna pit? What's going on here? Let's see.
No, hopefully he stays out.
No, he's.
Oh,
he might have to.
Wow. Oh, that may have been Bizzle that got absolutely junked. It was. Bizzle ends up upside down.
That is it, and it's lights out early for Robert and Bizzle.
Let's take a look here. We got the wrong cameras up. We'll go back to the live look here, and we'll bring that one up for you here in just a moment. But Bizzle back on the racetrack, but he's lost the race lead to Gary Demoss. And he's lost it by about 9 seconds.
That's going to be tough to recover with that damage, too.
I was going to say, let's take a look here. The Bizzler. That was beautiful. Just absolutely drilled Robert Anderson. Flipped Anderson upside down. Removing that temporary menace from the race course. And Navarre loose all over the back end of Patrick Byrne. Looks like Bizzle's going to have to come into the pits.
It doesn't look too bad to drive, so I'm thinking meatball.
Yeah, he takes the quick repair, and he's down and away. So Patrick Byrne back on the racetrack, but he is going to come out in 4th. Now 5th as Andrew Marquez comes by. Shouldn't lose the spot to Jason Willott, but it's going to be close.
Do we just have one quick fix here, or are there more?
I have no idea, actually. There may be more.
Let's hope for their sake, because they're going to, well, the Skippies are going to need it.
I think it's unlimited fast repairs.
Yeah, it's a good decision.
So at the halfway point here, let's run you through your top 5 in each class. Nagisa Ashikawa leading the Skippies and leading overall in this one, but not by much. Gary Demoss we'll say about a half lap behind, leading overall in the Jettas. But second in class going to be Stephen Thompson. Third belongs to Wes Shire, who was down a lap after screwing up the clutch on the start of this one. Getting flipped upside down, having to take the toe in the pit and everything else. He only lost a lap. Somehow Wes Shire back on the lead lap, running in third position in class. Javier Sands runs fourth. Javier's been pretty quick here thus far. Looks like he's missing the front wing. A little bit of damage on the front end. Actually, no, it's just a black colored front wing for Javier. And Kevin Smalley winning the wheel and modified division in class Skippy. Heading over to the Jettas, Gary Demoss, your race leader. He's going to have a 9.5 second gap over Navarre Luce. Making me a little bit hungry with the Oreos on the side of that car. Nicholas Isidro runs third in class in the iRacing safety car. And I believe possibly holding up your race leader. Oh, is he going to make contact with Yashikawa? Tell you what, if I'm a Skippy, I don't know that I want to piss off the Jettas. It's a bold strategy, Cotton.
Gotta be careful there. They are friends, not foes.
Andrew Marquez running fourth in the Skippy class. That car got the very nice little reflective VW on the side of that one. And Patrick Byrne, The Rock. The People's Exhaust on the back of that one.
You know, I said earlier about the damage model being off, but we see people with the front and rear wings missing. I didn't think that was a feature with the old damage model, but maybe I'm wrong.
Something tells me you got to hit very, very hard to tear that off on the old damage model.
I think that's probably right. We aren't seeing any missing wheels, so I think they're okay. And you can see it's starting to darken now. It's still raceable, but it is they're worrying, and you can really see the lights are helping.
Yeah, let's go on board here. The lights you're definitely throwing off a bunch of light out the front of the Jettas. We're not quite to pitch black yet, but we're going to get there.
And we are, halfway still, so we're going to get there. The big moment is right when it ticks over, and when you go from just a little light to absolutely no light, and that will be exciting.
Yeah, we did a race at Nashville Super Speedway with the Formula Vs, and when that click happened, it went instantly black. There was no visibility anywhere. Oh, Chad Irvine off the racetrack, along with one of the Skippies. Ninth place in class. That's Simon Fell.
Might have the leader in, too.
Yeah, leader on pit road. How about it? Nice call there, Mike. Nagisa Ashikawa into the pit area. He's down and away, but he's not going to lose the race lead.
Yeah, he has built that margin, and it's pretty smart of him to take that pit stop before it goes truly dark. He's going to be all right here as long as he keeps his nose and wheels clean.
Mike McCullen in the Clarkson University, number 22. I have been wanting to yell Clarkson this entire race. I don't think we're going to get to do it. Unless Mike does us the favor and dumps him. Full-bodied production car. Little thin-tired open wheeler running side-by-side in drag racing here at Lime Rock. in a battle of the slows. Very reminiscent of the summer solstice that we ran earlier this year, which was packs of slow cars at iRacing Super Speedway. I believe it was like the Pontiac Solstice, the Jettas, maybe the Kias, and then the IR-18 IndyCar. So your closing speeds were upwards of 160 miles an hour. I think that's what this race actually needs. It needs some P2 action.
No, we're going to get all the action we need here just in, I would say, it looks like probably a little over 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. It's gonna start to get spicy. You're going to see some fun little islands, and there's going to be close racing by necessity.
Yeah, and how about it? Overall race lead up for grabs here. Gary Demoss and Nagisa Yoshikawa. Nagisa easily able to clear Gary, who's now going to have to fight with the 939 of not James Watson. That's one of the AI cars. Several laps down to your race leader. And looking at the track map here, as much as there's some light here, there are big sections of this racetrack that have absolutely no light on them. We'll pick up 14th. No, I'm sorry. Let's pick up Peter Donchak here. He's got no help in the lighting department. Let's take a look.
Those are the ones that you want to watch there. That is, oh boy.
There you go. On cue. Well done, Peter. Thank you very much. Yeah, that is a missed braking zone, it looked like, into turn number 1. Is that a Jackie Stewart paint scheme that he is running? I believe it is. Like, I can see what the paint scheme is in the dark.
Jackie Stewart is not going to be helping him here.
No.
He is on his own. Yeah, it's starting to get sketchy for them.
Pick up Patrick Byrne as he comes around. Jason Willott to pick up 5th in class. It's funny to see the Skippies. I mean, they're practically just shadows moving in the night at this point. If you're a Skippy that's not near a Jetta, you are so in deep shit.
Well, there's another aspect to this, too, that I didn't really share, and that is the Jettas, right? So I was talking about the Skippy and you being behind a Jetta being different from being in the front. But if you're a Jetta, you can't see the Skippy behind you. They don't have lights. So if you've got a car near you, you're relying on your spotter, I guess, to tell you that there's someone near you, because when it ticks over, you're not going to be able to see them.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're going to have the relative open big time. Seeing trouble for 11th place, Chad Irvine. Oh my God, Chad. Chad Irvine just died. Let's see. Oh, but he sticks the landing. Get you the Hot Shoe Racewear instant replay on this one. Actually, that's a different incident. Getting hooked up with Stephen Thompson. Take a look at this one here. This is heading down the hill. Oh my goodness.
That's a hard hit, yep.
That's how you wad one up, Chad. Well done. The barbecue roll down the hill, too. Hey, got it on all fours, though. We'll take it. Chad Irvine going to have to come into the pits now. Here's Nagisa Yoshikawa. I think we're dark enough now that this view is going to look pretty close here. That light is entirely from the Jetta that's behind him. And he's lost a ton of time. Stephen Thompson only 5.5 seconds back.
Yep, and it will get worse. And where's their nearest Jetta?
The nearest Jetta is right on his ass. That's going to be 15th place, not Andrew Acera. This is cagey thinking here. He knows it's an AI car. Are you better off to be slightly slow and keep the light behind you?
Oh, it's tough. Right now, at this point, I would say try to rush to the next Jetta so that you can have someone who's well, I guess you can't be more consistent than an AI, but, there's more of a chance there. With an AI, you know what you're going to get. They're not really going to increase their pace very much. And if I were Nagisa, I would be hauling it right now, just to make it to that next Jetta before the moment hits.
Yeah, it's coming rapidly here, and we're just under 15 minutes remaining. Well, 13 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in this one. Ben Carswell checking in. This is the worst idea we have ever had. Let's see if it looks like Ben is no longer in the room for us to talk to. Nagisa doing all right on his own here. Let's see what Steven Thompson's got. Man, he's not getting a lot of help either here. And again,
he does have that Jetta he can use for light, though, so that's going to help him out.
And the other part, like you said, we haven't hit that moment yet where the sun ultimately fades behind the trees completely and you just go instantaneously black.
Yeah, it is like and on a road course, it is as dramatic as anything that you can imagine. You'll think you have it at one moment, especially if you've got. I remember certain people with VR have a bit of a better time, just depending on settings and ambient light in the room, and they'll be a little bit arrogant, thinking they're going way faster, gaining way more than the other guys, and they're going to put themselves in the middle of nowhere. And it will tick over, and they will be completely lost. And it's driving by feel, making sure that you can slow down safely to get to a Jetta.
That's fantastic. Here's race leader Nagisa Yashikawa, 3 and change seconds, call it 3.7, ahead of Steven Thompson. Haven't shown this guy in a little while yet here, but Navarre Luce leading in the Volkswagen Jetta class. So we see David Graybill having an incident out on the racetrack.
Nagisa did look like he was catching the Jetta ahead of him just a little bit, so that'll be something to watch.
Yeah, man, God, it is really getting dark at this point. Still,
if you can get a Jetta within a couple seconds, it is okay and safe. But you need to get there, because if they turn a corner and you don't see the light anymore, you're out of luck.
Yeah, you can see it here from the gyro cam. And you are, as you can see the sky, you're still getting a little bit of light. Man, that is such a nasty blind entrance to that corner.
We haven't seen blind yet.
Dro gets $55.
All right.
Say less.
Let's bring Patrick Byrne up into the booth here. We're taking you out of the conversation you were having in there. You were just off the racetrack. What are you thinking here,
I was not off
Bizzle?
the racetrack. I wrecked some... Can I say dipshit on the air? I just said it anyway. Some dipshit who just entered the track dangerously, and I just kind of spun him off the track because I'm not in the mood right now. If you missed it earlier, I was in the lead. Some jerk driving backwards on the track took me out, and I'm sitting here in fourth, bizzling the living crap out of Wallet because it's giving me entertainment.
Yeah, I was going to say, I believe that was new guy Robert Anderson that you launched yourself off of. But you are the guy who we've seen driving backwards in these races before.
Not in these races. I drive backwards in my own hosted After Dark sessions because they're my own After Dark sessions, and that's half the fun. This is an event for a championship, and me and Robert have already talked it out, had our ways, bit of screaming at each other, and we're all good now. As I'm about to bizzle the crap out of Wallet again because he's trying to pass me. I told him not to pass me, not to try it, and he's still trying to try it. Yeah.
Are you saying you're going to dump his ass?
No, he's
Let's
gonna
go
dump
full
my
brake
ass
check.
if I
Let's go
can-
full brake check here into turn 1.
Not a chance. I've got too much on the line here. You got to remember, me and Isidro are fighting for a championship right now, and I had this race won. It would have almost locked me into the championship. And instead, that dumbass Anderson had to drive backwards on the track and take me out like a dipshit. I apologize. He keeps saying these words on the air.
For our viewers in the
You
UK,
could say-
we would like to apologize for our friend.
Yeah, you know what?
It's okay now. It's official.
For our viewers in the UK, you may know them as twats.
Okay.
Yeah, the translation is important.
Yes, we got to make sure that we nail the translation on this one. All right, Bizzle, thank you very much. We'll let you back down here into your talkie room. Let's see, who else do we want to talk with here?
Let's pull one of the skips in before they have no capacity to think.
Yeah, you know what? Let's talk to Wes Shire. Let's bring him up into the booth here. Wes, we're going to go on board with you here. It's pretty freaking dark.
Yeah, it's a good thing I can drive this track with my eyes closed.
How open are they still?
They're open. I just got to look for this pit entry right here. So one thing I don't know where it's at because I never use it. There we go, about there.
Oh, overcooked it.
That's disappointing.
So you're having to make a fuel stop here, I'm assuming?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, I kind of figured that. We were going to get to about 40-ish minutes or so here. What are you thinking here for the rest of this one? Just try to hold on to third here.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, speeding in the pits. Oh, well, guess I'll cheat.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
no, I'm not an admin.
Oh, no. Wow, that's
rough.
That sucks. And you couldn't get it cleared because you were talking to us. Sorry, Wes.
Yep.
Well, I think you've done the worst commentator's curse, I think, in broadcasting. So
that may be accurate. Yes, thank you very much. Nagisa Yashikawa following in behind a couple of Jettas here. Down to 6 minutes and 10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, that battle there, that cluster is great. You can see that they're using the Jettas right now.
And how about it? It's a battle for the overall lead. Nagisa Yashikawa and Steven Thompson are a quarter of a second apart for the overall win.
Yeah, if I were...
There's no way we could actually get a close finish out of this, is there?
I think there might be. We'll see. If it was Jetta versus Skippy, then there's definitely is. But Skippy versus Skippy, that's going to be challenging. They're going to be trying to weave through the Jettas. And that is the true Jetta mind trick, I think.
There's Chad Irvine off the racetrack again. We'll bring him up into the booth here. Chad, you did a nice job getting out of the way for the race leaders there. How much time have you spent off track here this evening?
About half the race, if not more. At this point, I'm just kind of logging laps. I didn't expect it to be this chaotic, you know?
Yeah, it was a fantastic barrel roll at the top of the hill, by the way.
Which one? The first one or the second one?
Probably the second one.
It's been a terrible race anyway the entire time. I'm just not having my greatest time out here. You know, the whole darkness thing, the whole nobody with headlights thing. It's just not my event.
My friend, you have headlights.
I have headlights, yes, but I can't see anybody behind me with headlights. As they're about to pass me because I'm so slow.
Yeah, Nicholas Isidro giving a shot to the race leader down the front straightaway.
Oh, there's a
Oh, that was close.
Oh, there's Chad off the racetrack again.
Hey, that one was an avoidance, all right? You can't blame me for that one.
Not just Chad, Stephen Thompson lost his advantage.
Yeah, Stephen Thompson falling back here. He wrecked. Gary Demoss also wrecked. Show you the replay here. Down into turn number 1. Looks like Thompson may have just overcooked the corner a little bit. He did. Oh, wow. What a piece of avoidance driving by Chad. We'll take that one.
You're saying, oh, I'm off track. No, that's why I'm off track. Come on. Come on, Graham.
See what happened to Gary Demoss here as well.
He lost it in the chicane at some point. I'm not sure why.
Oh, he got dumped by one of the AI cars. Whole lot of right side romance from the AI.
Can we get on board with one of the Skippies? I think that it is getting close.
It's at that point already. It's dark.
It's we're waiting for the point where it ticks over to complete in utter blackness.
Yeah, it's close right now. I mean, we can see clearly into the footwell of this Skippy, which when the daylight's out and the light's bouncing around, you really can't see all that much. Let's take a look here at... Let's see if we can find one. Oh, here we go. Stephen C. Thompson has absolutely nobody around him. Now he's got a Jetta coming up from behind.
Yep, and he's going to be cursing himself for that. He had a nice thing going.
If you look up at Nathan Frazier, I'm losing the back of him. He's 3 seconds up the road. He's got nobody in front of him.
Let's see. Nathan Flexer?
Yeah, Flexer. That's what I meant.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Oh, big hit. Wow. Wow, what a call, Chad.
That was the third place car of J.W. Miller involved in that one.
Yeah, he's upside down and had to tow. Flexer's going to be able to continue on, though. He absolutely broadsided J.W. Miller. And somehow...
Commentators cursed by a driver. When's the last time that happened?
Oh, man, I know. That's impressive. Patrick Byrne has gotten... Yeah. Yes, you heard that one.
I was saying, now I've got Stephen Thompson behind me. It looks like so for some reason, I'm not sure if this is just iRacing being iRacing, but I see headlights behind me in the form of Stephen Thompson.
That is...
yeah, we're definitely not seeing that on the broadcast feed, that's for sure.
Okay, it might just be one of the other cars behind me, but yeah, I've got...
All right, we are down to 60 seconds remaining. Nagisa Yashikawa with a 20-second lead over Stephen Thompson. Navar Luce only has 2.5 seconds over Andrew Marquez. Patrick Byrne with Jason Willott all over his rear end. Oh, man, Bizzle throws the big block. He does it again down the straightaway.
Wait, the big block.
Oh, my God. What a Bizzle. That was 4 of them down the front straightaway. Big Bizzle. Good Lord. Oh, man, and I think Willott just launched a Skippy out into orbit.
Just remember, when we do the attenuator party here, we're just trying to do our best Joseph Newgarden impression. That's all that this is.
Well, you got to see the attenuator here, and I think there's going to be some people that have a little bit of a hard time.
Oh, I always have a hard time seeing it, especially when I'm this intoxicated. I mean, what?
Yes. Not the only one at 12-pack deep here, Chad. All right, buddy, good luck the rest of the way. We're going to call the final couple seconds of this one. Down the hill up the hill for the final time. White flag is out for Nagisa Yashikawa. He's got one of the AI cars ahead of him.
I don't think we're going to see the darkness tick over, and that is good and bad.
I say mildly disappointing. We'll say it that way. Off the final corner, down the front straightaway, Nagisa Yashikawa claims the win. in the TNT Special Event shit show at Lime Rock. Coming down the hill now is going to be Navarre Loose.
Yeah, if this race went any longer, we would be seeing some stuff.
Yes, that is absolutely correct. Let's pick up Nagisa Yashikawa here, your overall race winner. And we should get a fantastic look at the upcoming attenuator party. You can't see a damn thing.
Yeah, it might take over by the time they get there.
Yeah, here's Nagisa down the hill. You can see the sparks off of that car. Oh, here he comes. Bang. Well
there we
done.
Go. He found it.
He found it. Oh, man. He's buried balls deep in that thing, too. Oh, here's...
There we go. Need some help from your friends sometimes.
Yeah, he just got packed further in. Oh, man. Oh, now he's airborne. Bouncing around outside of it. Oh, there it is.
There we go. Someone was trying to enter the pit safely. Look at that. Someone took care of that
No,
real
you can't
quick.
have that. That is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I'm
actually,
disappointed
yeah.
that I could not make that one.
Yeah, you know what? The problem is we have the AI cars that are trying to get into the pit area. Oh, nice shot,
that's what they're
Chad.
doing.
Yes, the AI cars have lined up. Oh, man, Kevin Smalley absolutely drilled someone. Yeah, the AI cars are trying to get into their pit box, and it's dark completely at this point.
Yep, it hit the point. We were just minutes away.
The flying race cars are absolutely beautiful.
Well, I, for one, hope this is a terrible idea that is done again, because I want to run this next time.
Yes, I am looking forward to having a shot to run some of these. Here we go. Kevin Smalley is still driving. I don't know how his car is still running. God, you cannot see a thing out of the front of that car.
Yeah, driving by feel for real. Well,
there it is.
He knew what he was doing.
I was going to say, well done, Kevin. We'll take it. All right, let's get the race results up here for you tonight. We'll start things off with our overall race results. Nagisa Yashikawa claiming the overall win by 17 seconds over Stephen Thompson and Navarre Loose.
Big shout out to not West Shire, who has beaten West Shire.
That's fantastic. Hold up. Let's go back to see this one here. The AI West Shire is a better driver. Yeah, there it is. Not West Shire finishing 7th, and the actual West Shire finishing 11th. Let's see. We got to bring him up here into the booth with us. Wes, a quick question for you here. How does it feel to be beaten by your own AI?
Well, by not your own AI.
You know, pretty good. You know, I'd like to thank Patrick for training him just as good as the original, if not maybe even a little bit worse.
I mean, worse is... I don't know if I use that word.
I gave him multiple laps of advantage. I had a nice wreck on the start. You know, give him a chance. You know, have another nice little pit-in incident later on in the race. You know, gave him plenty of chance, and yeah, every little thing counts.
Yes, that's fantastic. All right, Wes, thank you very much here. Let's see if we can talk to our race winners here. I don't see Nagisa Yashikawa in the room. Actually, we don't have Navarre Loose either. We'll see if there's anybody we want to talk to. Let's see. We'll bring Kevin Smalley up into the booth here because it's now pitch black. That's not actually a black screen behind us here. You just can't see anything. Kevin, what was it like driving one of the Skippies here, especially that kind of cool-down attenuator party lap?
Yeah, somehow on the cooldown lap, my car became made out of unobtainium. I think I went into the pile 3 or 4 times. So
it was impressive. It was absolutely impressive how you were able to, well, quite frankly, junk up the shit box a handful of times there that last lap. It was Ben Carswell in the comments said this was our dumbest idea yet. Would you agree with that?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I'm kind of shocked we didn't use 2 cars without headlights.
Oh my God, that would have been such a mess.
So Kevin, talk to us about your strategy here. We noticed that early in the race you had strategically lost both your rear and your front wing. Talk about us how you felt about that and whether that was planned.
I got murdered at the start. There was a Jetta over me, and black flags got cleared, so off we went. Yeah, it turns out I had more practice. When I finally got my quick repair, I had more time with a destroyed car than I had practice before the race. So I was starting to get in my groove with my destroyed car. And the repaired car was faster, but yet drove differently.
Well, with low-powered cars, it's always
if you
about
thought
weight.
there was a strategy here, there's just not.
Well, I was trying to help you. You could have said there was a strategy. We would have believed you.
Yes,
I saved my big brains for shock.
It was planned. Yeah, that's right. The Scott Dixon fuel refinery you keep in your PM18. All right, buddy. Thank you very much for checking in here. We actually have a race winner to talk to. Navarre Luce picking up the win in the Volkswagen Jettas.
Hello.
How did you do that?
I don't know. I mean, this is like my first time driving the Jetta, so I don't even know like what happened. I mean, I guess I got like a lot of like general like multi-class experience and like I don't know. I like Lime Rock, but like I don't know. I don't drive like front-wheel drive cars like at all or anything. I have no clue how I won that.
Well, I think it's one of those where we just say we'll take it, and quite frankly, go running for the next one here. We'll bring up the instant replay here of the race start for you here, by the way, fans, because that was one of the better ones we've had. What are you thinking here now? Taking a look at where we are in points, not necessarily contending for championships or anything like that, but I'll tell you what, these series are a lot of fun and quite frankly, a nice distraction from the all too serious iRacing that gets done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was really fun. I really enjoyed the very silly race setup. I was like worried. I was wondering if there was like mandatory pitting or not, or if I needed to pit for tire. I like no, and I was like, well, if someone in front of me like pits me, but I will too. I don't know. I was just like winging it like all the time. I don't. Yeah. See, I'm watching the replay now on your stream.
This was fun. The initial start of this race was a dumpster fire. Congratulations on picking up a class win here, and let's make sure if you have any thank yous or anything else you want to say here before we let you go.
Well, thanks for like hosting the event. It was a lot of fun. I needed like a more like relaxed and all that, and also thank you for hosting it.
All right, buddy. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate it here. Let's bring in Patrick Footlong Sausage Burn. We are watching a replay of the start here. There was a little bit of carnage there.
I drove like a jerk on the start. I mean, if someone was slowing in my way, I just pushed them out of the way. I mean, anyone can come fight me about that, and I'll just say, yeah, I drive like a jerk.
You are turning into that guy.
I am that guy.
You are taking this serious enough that there may be penalty points coming after the race here. You were able to come past Nicholas Isidro, beat him by 5, I believe, in class. But you're going to have a fight on your hands here when it comes time for Beef and a Smile 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to make some friends for Beef and a Smile. I'm gonna need to hit the lotto, pay everyone off pretty good. I mean, a Beef and a Smile, the way I was just describing it is it's literally just going to be everyone goes to the casino, lays $100 on the table, spins a bottle, and whoever wins the race is the champion. I mean that's how it's going to be.
Yeah, probably
iRacing,
pretty close.
iRacing Super Speedway is just like Daytona and Talladega and Cup cars, except we're all going to be in different classes. There's a possibility all three of us win. There's a possibility all three of us wreck out and we're all drafting partners trying to wreck each other. I mean, next month's event, I can't even predict it. I'm usually pretty good at predicting these things. I mean, like, you know, Isidro and Dakota, much, much better drivers than I am. I mean, you can look at their I ratings. They're 10 times higher than I am. I'm amazed I've even been able to keep this championship going this far. And for it to come down to the last race between the three of us, I would have never predicted I would have been here, if I were to be real with you. So even if I finish top 3 in the championship, it'll be a good year-long run. But you come this far, this close, there's no other feeling other than I want to win this. It's either win it or kill people.
That sounds about right. All right, Bizzle, thank you very much here. Before we let you go, get your sponsor plugs and thank yous in.
Of course, as always, I'd like to thank NRN. You guys have done an awesome job all year long broadcasting everything that TNT has done. It's been a pleasure working with you guys as well. And, of course, got to thank the Weather Center, Blue Cock Nation. Be sure to listen in to Morningwood tomorrow morning.
Thank you very much. Look at that. Getting all the plugs in, too. Well done. One more interview. Our race winner, Nagisa Yashikawa, the guy who had one of the easiest nights of anybody, I think, here. How were you able to build a monster lead early in this race?
Well, I don't know, but to be honest, but I wouldn't say it was easy. It was pretty tough in the dark because I've never driven this track in an official race. I don't know why, but anyways, yeah, it was pretty tough later in the race, but mostly the beginning kind of saved me. I got kind of away at the start, and I guess everyone at the middle of the pack kind of held each other up.
Yeah, you got a little bit of help when Stephen Thompson had an issue late in this one. Did you think with 5 or 6 minutes remaining that you would actually be in a fight for the lead?
Not really. Well, I knew I pitted because I had damage, and I took some fuel there during it, and I thought that Wes and Steven might have to pit for fuel, but I wasn't sure. And with like 10 minutes to go, I was kind of getting nervous that they weren't going to, and they were catching me. But I think Steven eventually, I'm not sure, but I think he pitted for fuel. And I know Wes did, and then he got a penalty. So.
Yes, Wes got a penalty because we were talking to him, and Steven got junked by a Jetta.
Oh, yeah, something happened, I could tell. He just disappeared off my relative. That was too bad, but I'd rather win. So.
Well, what are you thinking here? We've got one more of these coming up, the Beef and a Smile 2 Electric Boogaloo coming up in December. What are your thoughts here? Do you know what class you might want to run, or are you going to run it even?
It's at iRacing Super Speedway, right?
That is correct.
Probably not then, but we'll see. I don't know. To be honest, I didn't know the series existed. Well, I kind of did, but I didn't know much about it. I figured I'm not doing anything on this Wednesday because I wasn't running in RL. So I figured I'd try it, and it was lots of fun. But we'll see how many I do.
All right, buddy. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate you checking in here. And I'll tell you what, Mike, thank you very much for the unannounced late drop-in into the booth here. That was absolutely spectacular. Thank you very much for coming to hang out with us here.
I do my best. It was good to see the pot that I stirred, I guess, by suggesting this. This is something that I used to do with a league that I was leading in the beginning of the pandemic that has since dissolved, and it's good to see it in the concept living on in just abject carnage. Maybe I can convince the admins here to bring us to Laguna, which is where it all started. Doing the corkscrew when it's the start is a lot of fun.
That sounds absolutely disturbing. I love the idea. All right, people, let's get you your race results here in class because that's really all that matters. Nagisa Yashikawa getting the win by 17 seconds over Stephen Thompson. Wes Shire coming home third to round out the podium. In the Jettas, Navarre Luce, Andrew Marquez, and Patrick Byrne complete your podium. Man, that was a lot of fun. Good Lord, was that a blast. Show you the layout here one more time. TNT Special Events will close out the 2022 season in a few weeks here from iRacing Super Speedway. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be every brand of stock car. Probably the 87s, the Legacy COT cars, which are some of the fastest on an oval. And then obviously the next-gen cars, the Xfinity, the trucks. There could be a lot of classes of race car coming up for that one. But at this point, it's dark. It's time for us to go. For Mike Collar and everybody else here at the National Racing Network, my name is Chris Graham. It's been a pleasure having you hang out with us. We will talk to you all soon. Have a good night, everybody.